This Chinese offensive is going to be huge, very brutal.
Carlo Tavares, the CEO of Stellantis, which is the parent company of Dodge, and many more beloved brands like Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and even Fiat, plus 9 more, just ruined everything for Dodge. Now, as pressures mount from all directions, including investors and internal stakeholders, Stellantis' board is actively seeking a new CEO. But why exactly? And what's going to happen to Dodge? What the heck is happening? Well, right now, it seems like the goal is to find a successor to Tavares before his contract expires in early 2026. This move signals a clear message from the board. They realize fresh leadership could be crucial to successfully navigate this turbulent period. Tavares has made a name for himself with bold, decisive actions in the past, but it seems those risks might have backfired. See, Dodge, a key brand under the Stellantis umbrella, has experienced a striking 24% decline in sales this year alone. To put that into perspective, during the third quarter of 2024, sales plummeted by an astonishing 43%, leaving the company with a mere 26,559 vehicles sold. So what's behind this dramatic downturn? Industry experts suggest that a perfect storm of unfortunate circumstances and questionable decisions made by the leadership. Just look at what happened to the Dodge trucks, now called just Ram trucks. It is a disaster. See, this is a systemic issue that is plaguing Stellantis, not just Dodge. So let me break this down for you. And you just subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. How did we get here? One major concern that's popping up is the massive problem with excess inventory. Picture this. Dodge currently has an unbelievable supply of new vehicles that spans 329 days. That's way above what's typical in the industry, which essentially means there are over 80,000 unsold Dodge vehicles just sitting and collecting dust on dealer lots. This massive backlog is not just a number. It could lead to even more issues down the road, impacting sales figures and straining relationships with dealers who are eager to move products. Adding to this problematic inventory situation is the recent decision to cut some iconic models from production. The Dodge Challenger and Charger, 2 legendary names that have been the backbone of the brand, historically made up about 60% of Dodge's total sales. With these beloved models no longer in the lineup, there's a significant void that raises a ton of questions. How is Dodge planning to lure customers in? As the production doors close on these muscle cars, the brand is pivoting toward electric vehicles. However, this shift might not sit well with their loyal fan base, who may be more drawn to the roaring engines and classic styles of traditional cars. On top of all this, there's a rising wave of dissatisfaction among dealers and investors that's hard to ignore. The US Stellantis National Dealer Council, representing the voices of many dealers, recently sent out an open letter aimed at CEO Carlo Tavares. They expressed concerns over what they described as the rapid degradation of brands like Dodge. It's more than just a complaint. The letter shines a light on poor strategic decisions and highlights a disconnect between what Dodge is doing and what the market actually wants. This disconnect poses a big issue for the brand and suggests that their current game plan might not resonate well with consumers. And what about the trucks? Well, Ram Trucks finds itself in quite the pickle when it comes to pricing strategies. It's vital for the brand to strike that delicate balance between maintaining healthy profit margins and staying competitive in today's cost-conscious market. This challenge is no small feat, and various insights reveal how Ram is navigating this issue. The company seems to heavily rely on significant discounts that often follow their sky-high initial sticker prices. Let's consider the 2025 Ram 1500, which comes equipped with the Hurricane engine. Initially, this truck boasted a price tag of $59,000. Quite hefty, right? However, it was soon offered at an eye-popping discount of $6,551, bringing the final price down to a more palatable $43,124. This pretty dramatic gap raises a big question. Is Ram purposefully setting those lofty prices to create an impression of premium quality and exclusivity? They could be aiming to pull in price-conscious buyers who might be hesitant to spring for the original price. Yet using this tactic isn't without its issues. For starters, consistently offering substantial markdowns could seriously tarnish Ram's brand image. If potential customers frequently see these generous discounts, they might start to wonder if the vehicles were actually overpriced from day one. What happens when trust erodes? Customers may become hesitant to pay a premium or even a discounted price, which could undoubtedly impact Ram's profits negatively. As if this isn't enough, frequent price cuts can have a significant ripple effect on the resale value value of vehicles. Imagine this: if buyers start associating Ram with constant discounts, they may view the brand's vehicles as merely less valuable on the used car market. This perception could lead to lower resale prices, causing a cascading effect that ultimately impacts future sales and erodes customer loyalty to the brand. It's like a domino effect that Ram really needs to tread carefully around. One factor that plays heavily into the pricing struggle is the squeeze on profit margins. Sure, discounts might help increase inventory turnover, but they come at a cost. In today's automotive industry, with escalating production costs and ongoing supply chain disruptions, the profit pressure is already quite substantial. Ram has to weigh whether the increased sales volume brought on by discounts actually outweighs the reduced profits per vehicle sold. After all, if they miscalculate this delicate balance, it could have serious repercussions for the brand down the line. On top of all this, the high initial prices are making it tough for Ram to maintain its market share. Competitors are rolling out attractively priced alternatives, particularly in the mid-sized truck segment, where Ram appears to be absent from the competitive conversation. Rivals like the Toyota Tacoma and Ford Maverick are snatching up sizable portions of the market. This is a thrilling market for buyers, fueled by a demand for affordability and value for money, something that Ram can't afford to overlook. Take a moment to appreciate the success of the Toyota Tacoma, which sells around 250,000 units each year. Its winning combination of reliability, capability, and an accessible price really hits the sweet spot. Ram's apparent struggle to offer a similarly competitive product raises concerns about a potential blind spot in their overall product strategy, especially as the mid-sized truck segment continues to grow rapidly. The complexities of Ram's pricing and competitive positioning don't stop there. They are facing the necessity of investing heavily in new technologies, such as electric vehicles, while also ensuring that the prices of their traditional combustion engine models remain competitive. Developing and producing electric vehicles is no easy task. It requires significant financial investment. As a result, Ram finds itself caught in a balancing act of funding these advancements while still aiming for profitability across its key market segments. The EV dilemma. Stellantis is diving headfirst into the realm of electric trucks and performance vehicles. The introduction of models like the Ram 1500 REV and the all-electric Dodge Charger Daytona signals an ambitious new venture for both brands. However, this bold move comes with its own set of hurdles that could jeopardize Ram's and Dodge's ability to gain traction in a market already bursting with competition. One concerning trend revolving around this situation is the disconnect between the excitement created by the initial all-electric Dodge Charger Daytona concept and the eventual production version. While the concept generated a ton of buzz, it has failed to deliver on several promised features, leading to skepticism among consumers. Such discrepancies between the initial hype and the eventual reality might tarnish consumer trust and make it more challenging for both Ram and Dodge to carve out a space in the competitive electric vehicle market. Adding another layer of uncertainty, the production schedule and crucial specifications for both the Ram 1500 REV and the Dodge Charger Daytona seem to be shrouded in mystery. Despite earlier assertions of a late 2024 release for these models, the lack of clarity only fosters skepticism, leading consumers and industry analysts alike to question Stellantis' dedication to its electric vehicle vision. Meanwhile, Dodge is grappling with its own issues, including a significant drop in sales and excess inventory, which further complicates Stellantis' overall strategy. Quality control is becoming increasingly pressing too. Past reliability concerns with some Stellantis vehicles, including certain Dodge models like the Charger and Challenger, could jeopardize brand reputation and consumer trust moving forward. It becomes imperative for Stellantis to genuinely prioritize quality assurance, invest in thorough testing processes, and demonstrate a true commitment to producing reliable, durable vehicles across all its brands. Then there's the serious topic of range anxiety, a common worry in the electric vehicle landscape, particularly when it comes to trucks and performance cars. Although the Dodge Charger Daytona boasts impressive specifications with up to 670 horsepower and a claimed 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.3 seconds, its ability to serve as a reliable long-distance driving solution is still up for debate. Potential technical hurdles related to battery performance add to this concern, leaving numerous potential buyers feeling uncertain about the Charger's capabilities in real-world scenarios. Yet amid all these challenges, a glimmer of hope shines through with both the upcoming Ram 1500 RHO and the new Dodge Hornet RT plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The Hornet aims to provide an affordable alternative while also appealing to consumers who may have previously considered Dodge vehicles. The RHO seems to have a competitive advantage, targeting a broader consumer audience that craves off-road capabilities without an exorbitant price tag. By tapping into the established reputation of both Ram and Dodge as capable performance brands, Stellantis could widen its reach across both markets. Although experts express cautious optimism about their potential success, their overall performance, pricing strategies, and marketing efforts will heavily shape their destinies. And on top of all this, the company grapples with the considerable challenge of an ongoing price war within the automotive industry, largely ignited by Tesla's aggressive pricing tactics. Tesla made headlines by slashing prices on its vehicles throughout 2023, particularly targeting key markets such as Europe and China. This strategy has sparked a fierce race for market share among competitors, albeit at the cost of significant profit margin dips, prompting many other manufacturers to scramble for lead. Stellantis CEO Carlo Tavares has not minced words when it comes to discussing the dangers of this price war. He has raised alarms, cautioning that if companies start hacking prices without regard for their production costs, the industry could plunge into a significant crisis, a bloodbath. As he puts it, Tavares is adamant that this rush to the bottom threatens not just individual companies, but the automotive industry as a whole. The pressures of this price war are already visibly affecting Stellantis' financial health. In the first half of 2024, the company reported a staggering 48% drop in net profits compared to the prior year. This dramatic decline correlates directly with rising costs, an overload of inventory, and a significant disconnect between the high prices of new models and the consumer demand for more budget-friendly vehicles. The growing surplus of unsold vehicles has led to extended supply days, meaning cars are sitting on dealership lots, gathering dust longer than before. Unfortunately, none of this turmoil is exempting Ram from its share of challenges. Historically known as a more affordable choice in the full-size truck market, Ram has had to elevate its prices significantly to keep pace with market dynamics. Still, these price hikes haven't resulted in improved sales figures. Consumers are increasingly leaning toward more affordably priced options from competing manufacturers. It's disheartening to see reports indicating that several Ram models are struggling to make sales, earning them the unfortunate title of some of the worst performing vehicles in their classes. This situation only adds to the financial strain that Stellantis is facing. So faced with these multifaceted challenges, Stellantis is making some tough decisions to trim costs, including offering buyouts to white-collar employees in the United States. But that is where things get a bit more controversial. Let me explain. What about the people? See, a significant wave of anxiety and uncertainty has swept through the ranks of Stellantis workers, particularly those who are directly involved in crafting the iconic Ram trucks. This unsettling environment is rooted in the company's ongoing struggles with rapid market shifts and strategic uncertainties, which have left everyone feeling more than a little uneasy. The stories shared by these workers bring us directly face to face with the human side of this corporate crisis. We are presented with personal experiences of individuals whose lives have been dramatically altered due to plant closures, unexpected layoffs, and sudden job reassignments, all of which speak to the profound impact of these decisions. Let's take a closer look at the Warren Truck Assembly Plant located in Michigan, a striking example that captures the turmoil not just affecting individual employees, but the entire community surrounding it. This plant, once the heart and soul of American automotive manufacturing, now finds itself in a precarious position. Up to 2,450 workers could potentially face layoffs, a shocking decision that stems directly from the halting of production for the ever-popular Ram 1500 pickup truck. Understandably, this news has sent reverberations through the workforce, with over 60% of the employees represented by the union bracing themselves for a future filled with uncertainty. Now we've begun to get a glimpse into the personal stories of disruption and dread that invade the workplace. Take, for instance, Lori Naylor, a dedicated worker in the chassis department at the Warren Truck Plant. She bravely voices her deep concerns and dissatisfaction about the precarious situation spiraling around her. Naylor worries intensely about how she will provide for her family if layoffs indeed become a harsh reality, feelings that are echoed by many others among her co-workers. Then there's the story of Pinson, who faced a difficult upheaval when he was abruptly reassigned to a warehouse job in Detroit, which not only threw off his work-life balance, but also placed additional financial strain on him due to the unexpected costs of commuting. These candid accounts offer a painfully clear look at how the uncertainties surrounding Stellantis' future are having a direct and tangible impact on the lives of workers and their families. In the face of these daunting challenges, the United Auto Workers has stepped up as a vocal champion of workers' rights and job security. The union has been putting its foot down, firmly challenging Stellantis' decisions regarding layoffs and the manner in which investments are being allocated. They are particularly focused on scrutinizing the tension between the company's push towards electric vehicle production and the job losses that arise from shutting down traditional truck manufacturing. This conflict is fueling significant concern among the workforce, stirring emotions and anxieties that run deep. At the forefront of this union battle is Shawn Fain, the president of the United Auto Workers. He has emerged as a powerful critic of Stellantis, especially condemning the plan to cut jobs at the Warren Truck Assembly plant, while the company simultaneously pours an astounding $406 million into electric vehicle production. Fain's message is clear and resonant. Stellantis needs to place as much importance on the well-being of its workforce as it does on its financial aspirations. It is stressed that Fain is demanding real commitments to job security, which translates into the United Auto Workers asking for actionable assurances that matter to the workers, rather than superficial financial investments that may provide only short-term relief. However, the implications of this crisis extend far beyond the walls of the factories. They ripple out into the wider community. The United Auto Workers understands that the challenges facing Stellantis workers create a series of ripple effects that impact entire towns and cities reliant on stable manufacturing jobs for their economic health. Local leaders like Michael Spencer, the president of United Auto Workers Local 1700, describe the layoffs with the term shockwave, suggesting that the ramifications will echo across local economies for a long time to come. This could lead to heightened unemployment rates and a decrease in families' buying power, creating challenges that affect lives well beyond the factories. It is evident that the union is actively working to represent its members' interests during this tumultuous time. However, there are also growing signs of anxiety among some union members who question whether the organization is effectively meeting their needs during this critical period. Some individuals are skeptical about the union's strategies and whether they can secure the concrete results that are desperately needed in such a tenuous environment. This raises a compelling question. Can the United Auto Workers unify its members and initiate actions that yield genuine change at a moment when they need it the most? For Stellantis, this situation boils down to the urgent need to eliminate inefficiencies and streamline operations as the company wrestles with declining profitability. The leadership under Tavares has clearly indicated that these cost-cutting strategies are vital for maintaining competitiveness in today's fast-paced market and for securing the company's future. Yet Stellantis isn't merely shedding its factory workers. There is another battleground they find themselves engaged in. And to be honest, after this, Stellantis might not find a way to make a comeback. So let's talk about it in detail. Dealerships versus Stellantis. The tumult surrounding Ram trucks and Dodge extends well beyond boardroom decisions or what happens on factory floors. This turmoil is sending significant shockwaves throughout the nation, critically impacting the livelihoods and overall well-being of Ram and Dodge dealerships. If you dive deep into the situation, it becomes clear that these dealerships are grappling with a multitude of anxieties and challenges that seem increasingly daunting to manage. You already know the inventory situation. Dealers are caught in what can only be described as a massive inventory logjam. They are overwhelmed by an excess of unsold vehicles. This surplus isn't just a minor inconvenience. It has evolved into a genuine financial strain. Picture it like being stuck in quicksand. With each passing day, a new Dodge or Ram truck sits unsold on the lot, which translates into a financial loss that steadily chips away at their profit margins. The sustainability of these businesses is hanging by a thread, creating an uphill battle that's tough to endure. So, what's the solution to this overwhelming inventory issue? In an effort to tackle the problem, Ram and Dodge dealerships are increasingly resorting to significant discounts. While these price cuts can entice buyers who are keen to snag a bargain, it's a delicate balancing act. As we've seen in discussions about pricing strategies, consistent discounting can severely tarnish a brand's image and diminish its perceived value among consumers. Consequently, dealerships find themselves in a precarious position. They need to offer competitive prices to move vehicles off the lot, while also striving to maintain the integrity and reputation of both the Ram and Dodge brands. It's like walking a tightrope, an act that is far easier said than done. Then there's the critical matter of customer trust, which is now at a pivotal juncture. With all the uncertainty surrounding Ram and Dodge's product direction, mixed messages about their commitment to traditional trucks versus explorations into electric alternatives, it's completely understandable that customers might feel a mix of confusion and mistrust. Dealerships often find themselves on the front line, managing these expectations. They must be prepared to address customer concerns, respond to tough questions, and provide reassurance as they navigate this significant transition period. These conversations are becoming more common, but also increasingly complex, putting a lot of pressure on dealership staff. What's even more troubling is that many Ram and Dodge dealerships are voicing feelings of abandonment and frustration as they wade through these murky waters. The demand for better communication and support from Stellantis, the parent company overseeing both brands, is becoming louder. There's an unmistakable need for a more robust partnership. Dealerships are calling for collaboration between manufacturers and the dealership network to weather these storms together. This situation is more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's fundamentally about building a supportive and understanding community across the board. However, Stellantis seems to be veering toward a less collaborative route, opting to sever ties with the dealerships and embracing a sales strategy that directly connects with customers. Now let's unpack this a bit. A new era for the industry. See, Stellantis has launched an initiative called Stellantis and U, a digital marketplace designed to enhance online sales and services. This initiative marks a significant pivot toward integrating e-commerce capabilities into their retail operations, which empowers customers to engage with the brand more directly and conveniently. By adopting this strategy, they are setting the stage to gradually phase out the role of traditional dealers. Yet beyond any financial implications, we must also consider the profound human impact of this precarious landscape. Dealership owners, managers, and employees are feeling immense stress and anxiety as they grapple with the looming threats of plummeting sales, shrinking profits, and the very real prospect of job losses. While there are many layoffs happening at Stellantis manufacturing plants, it's essential to remember that the effects of these decisions resonate far beyond the factory walls. If certain dealerships are forced to downsize or potentially shut down for good, the devastating repercussions will significantly affect the lives and families that rely on these businesses to meet their financial needs. Auto dealerships are far more than just storefronts for selling cars. They are vital components of the U.S. economy, significantly influencing jobs, tax revenues, and community engagement. According to a 2015 report from the National Automobile Dealers Association, there were over 16,500 dealerships across the country, providing approximately 2.3 million jobs, both directly and indirectly. This staggering number underscores their critical role in helping millions of people support their families and bolster the economic stability of local communities. Each dealership typically creates around 67 jobs, demonstrating how this sector can offer employment opportunities for individuals with a variety of skills and backgrounds. Moreover, the importance of auto dealerships goes beyond creating jobs. They are also key contributors to tax revenues at the federal, state, and local levels. The National Automobile Dealers Association reports that these dealerships collectively generate nearly $280 billion in taxes each year. This impressive figure plays an instrumental role in funding crucial public services and infrastructure projects that benefit the entire community. The taxes collected comprise a mixture of property taxes, sales taxes, and corporate income taxes. This illustrates vividly how these businesses act as critical economic engines in their regions. The stronger these dealerships perform financially, the more they can reinvest in their communities, generating substantial disposable income that fuels various sectors and uplifts the community at large. So what's the right action to take in this complex and multifaceted scenario? It's a tough question that doesn't have a straightforward answer. On one side, this shift threatens to disrupt the lives of countless individuals who depend on these dealerships for their livelihoods. On the other hand, Stellantis is simply trying to navigate the changing tides of the auto industry and survive. Where do you stand in this discussion? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.